Welcome back to section 3.3. This is multiplication with decimals. So let's just get into it. So how do we multiply when we're dealing with decimals here? One thing we can do is, one method to multiply decimals is change each decimal to a fraction, and then we can multiply. So see here we have 5/10 times 3/10. So if you write them as fractions and multiply across, you get 15 on the numerator, and 10 times 10 is 100 in the denominator, which is just 15 100ths, right? 15 hundredths, sorry. Okay, so then here, so let's see you try, change each decimal to a fraction and then multiply. You can go ahead and pause the video if you want to try this, and then unpause it to see the solution. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and do these. So 4/10 times 6/10 will give us 24 out of 100, which is just 24 hundredths. Okay? Let's do this box from earlier. So then now we have 4 hundredths times 6 hundredths, which will give me what? So that would be 24 over 10,000. So 24 10,000ths, right? So that would be 0.0024, 24 10,000ths. Okay. Okay. Even more fun practice. Let's change each decimal to a fraction and multiply. So we have here 5 hundredths times 3 thousandths. So that would be 15 hundred thousandths. So then 1500 thousandths would be 0.00015, right? So one thing to notice is, look how many decimal places this has 2, and this one has 3, and look at the solution. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's interesting to take note of. Let's try this one. 2.1 times 7 hundredths. So this is 21 tenths, right? There's one decimal, times 7 hundredths. So that's going to be 147 over 1,000. Okay, so that's just going to be tenths, hundredths, thousandths place. So and it's going to be 147 thousandths. Okay. Okay, so what's another method we could use? We can multiply as if the decimal points were not there, and we count the total number of decimal places for both numbers, and then we make sure that our answer has that many decimal places as well. So let's go ahead and try that. So we have 3.05 times 436. I'll put the larger one on top. Okay? So if I want to multiply this, right, so I would get, we can do this the longer way. So 0, this is 0, 30, right? 6 times 5 is 30. Carry the 3. 15 plus 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 20 plus 1 is 21, right? And then you have a 0. 0 times anything, so that's a row of zeros. And then you have, remember this is 300, technically, if you don't look at the decimal, so you need the 2 zeros to hold the space. Then you have 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13, right? And then we go ahead and add this, okay? So you would get, okay, so then you have 0, 8, 9, 2, 3, and then 1. So let's just make sure. So we have 4.36 times 3.05, and then that's right. So how many decimals do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So counting from the right to the left, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should be 13.2980. Sorry, I don't know why I wrote it so weird. Okay, so that's it. Okay. All right, so go ahead and practice. You can push pause, and then we can try this. So 7 times 4 is 28, right? But there's two decimal places, so it has to be 0.28. Okay, because our solution, so we have one decimal place here, one here, and it has to have a total of 2. So same thing. So here, similar, right? 28, but we need to have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So this is 0.028. Okay, and then this one is 8 times 3, so that's 24. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, then 0.0, and that's it. Okay. Okay, don't forget order of operations. So we have order of operations, 0.05 times the quantity. So we need to add these first, parentheses first, so that would be 4.23. So what's 4.23 times 0.05, right? So if we were to do that, okay, so we were just to multiply it without, right? So it would be like, if we thought of it as 5 times 423, it would be 5, 1, you know, and then 2115. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals, so there has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals. That's your solution, 0.2115. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next one. So 4.8 plus 12 times 3.2 squared, which is just 3.2 times itself, okay? So if I do this, I would need to do exponents first. So that would be 4.8 plus 12 times the quantity, 10.24. So times 12. Okay, and then that's going to be 4.8 plus 122.88. Okay, so then the total answer is 127.68. Okay. Now let's you try. I will take 10 seconds and give you a chance. In the meantime, you can pause it and work on the problems and then get it back to me. So, okay. All right, so here we go. This is actually, we're going to do parentheses first. So, of course, we're going to subtract inside the parentheses. So, 3.5 minus 2.6 is actually 0.9. And if I multiply that by 2.1, okay, I'm going to get 189. And it has to have 2 decimals, so 1.89. Okay. And then same here, we're going to do inside the decimal first. So 9.9 minus 6.6 is 3.3. Okay. And then 3.3 times 5.4 is 1782. But there are 2 decimals, so 17.82. Okay. So let's try a word problem, a super fun word problem, super fun application. We have here, Sally earns $6.32 for each of the first 36 hours and $9.48 in overtime pay for every additional hour she works. How much money will she make if she works 42 hours in 1 week, right? So we first need to calculate amount of overtime. So what is the overtime in hours? We take the total amount that she worked minus the hours that will be paid regular, right? And then, so 42 minus 36, that would be 6 hours overtime. Okay, so 36 hours, she will be making $6.32. And then, for 6 hours, she's going to be making $9.48, okay? So then, let's go ahead and multiply that. Okay, so 36 times 6.32. So I'll let you guys, work that out. that ends up being 227.52, and then 6 times 9.48, that's 56.88, and let's add them together, and that's 284.40 since this is dollars. Okay. All right, and that's it for 3.3. Your super fun homework is 1 through 47, every other odd. I keep forgetting to do the secret word. I'm sorry. So for the other ones, just write none. And for this one, you can write purple. Our secret word will be purple. Okay. I will see you guys on the next video.